across the world on oneworld.co.za. Prince joins us in studio. Now, this is after Benza fifth season, later complaint. I've been checking out a whole lot of articles as this has gained a whole lot of attention. I know that Beam Group has also responded, and I'll read the press release as I just got myself a hold of it. Prince, you good, man?
I'm okay, man. How you doing?
Thank you very much for honoring the invite, man, and coming through in studio.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, let's talk about you as Prince, like your role in Beam Group. What do you do?
Well, I'm one of the founders of Beam Group, together with Keenan, and I'm the chief, obviously, operating officer. So my job is to actually run the business and, find avenues and ways for us to expand and find better ways to enhance Keenan's brand, and if anything else to better what he's worked on throughout the year. So that's pretty what we do, what I do. But it's not me alone. It's actually a team of people that are constructed to be behind AKA, and that's what pretty much what I do.
Okay.
For him.
So yesterday we found out from Benza where it went wrong between you two. Let's get your side of the story. Where did it go wrong?
I think to be truly honest, I think it went wrong because I feel like people like him, and who wants to say as Africans, he says as Africans we should be working together. But as Africans, we need to respect each other and look after each other. And he knows very well that he never looked after Keenan. For you, it's very brave of you to come on radio and say, as Africans we must work together, we must do this. But as Africans we don't take from our own, The situation I found AKA in was actually embarrassing, and beyond embarrassing was actually hurtful.
So you say taking from him, fifth season was taking money, or Benz was taking money from AKA's brand?
AKA looked like a superstar, but was not
reflecting in the money.
He wasn't living like a superstar. But to all of you guys, he looked amazingly like this amazing star, which he was, but his life wasn't formally properly how can I say, coordinated and put together the way a normal South African human being should be, and the way a normal star should be. There weren't systems in place put for when I make Keenan, and he didn't really care about that stuff because he was so interested in making music. But my job was to show him that, listen, you've got to have investment plans. You've got to buy your own properties. You've got to invest in yourself and create a team and build a company behind yourself. You've got to go and get financials and get things done so you can get more business for yourself. Yeah. You've got to be stable all round so you can leave a piece of your legacy. And I only came into Keenan's life so he can build those things. I came to help him understand how those things work, which I felt like being at fifth season for so long, they didn't teach their artists that. They just took and took and took and took. And I can sit here confidently. I have a lot of artists that came from there that I still work with today. The one artist is actually with us, and we do his bookings for him. Many people that we work with.
Who's that? Is that younger?
That could say to me, that could vouch for me at any date, at given point, to say, yes, we went through these things. So for you to come and sit on radio and say you were done wrong because you're an African, you were done wrong because I'm xenophobic towards you. No, you came to South Africa for an opportunity. You came to get something, an opportunity, right? You came here you came here for a better life, right? Am I wrong?
Well, we can only speak
assume
from,
so, right?
Yeah, from
right?
He can only speak from his side.
But if you leave another country, if you live back home,
absolutely. But let me interrupt you there, right? His debate here, and I get where you're going. I mean, with the money and things, and that's formally can be laid with you guys, right? Yeah. All together, you can sit down and talk about this amicably and have an amicable split or a decision. But I mean, for him, his biggest thing was the slurs that were going on email. Did you? Sorry, I just want to interrupt you once again. Did you write on an email? And you're clever, in a question mark. You are just a criminal, that's all. You left your ish country to come and take advantage of talented people. Go home to where you belong. And then you followed up with another email saying, I can't believe that I'm still getting emails from you. I thought that you had left SA and gone back home by now.
Yeah, but you see, that's what you're asking me based on what you have.
Yes, so now, that's
I'm trying to take you back so I can bring you to that.
So now we're here. So what is the answer? Is that something that happened?
That is something, for it to get there, is a point that I was still making to you.
Okay.
There's a point I was making to him, that you've come here and you've pretty much you almost destroyed one of South Africa's stars. Why would you do that? And not even just one, so many. Why would you come and make yourself to be this amazing person who's come here and empowered us? We're all about empowerment. We must empower each other, right? So why do you come and you do that to one of South Africa's childs, like rising stars? So not even rising stars, superstars, made stars, you know? So you guys are looking at it as if I'm coming from a point where I'm just discriminating him because of his race or because of where he's from. I'm discriminating him because he had an opportunity to do great as a person who's not from here.
So with these emails, you think you don't see anything wrong with anything that you said?
No, because the emails are cut for you. You don't see where it comes from.
All right.
And that's how things work in media, right? You don't see where the storyline comes from. If you read the emails and you see where it comes from, then you understand. But that's all you have. And obviously, I can't share on that because that's something he's saying he's taking me through legal procedures about. I can't speak. He's speaking about money. He's talking about Beam Group's money. I can't talk about those things because those things contractually, I'm not allowed to speak about those. Okay. I'm here to speak about me, you know, Prince, as in me, like the person that I am and why they're so mad at me and why it got to that and why he's going on radio and saying that, because your most prized child was taken from you. You know, what your biggest cash spinner, what you built your business around, was taken from you, and it could still be with you if you maintained it well, if you looked after and cherished what was looking after you.
All right.
In this country.
Let me ask you this question. You know, as much as you're saying you came in and you saved AKA because on the outlook he might have looked like he had money, but he was not living the life that he was supposed to live and have those infrastructures.
Yes, it's not even about money, it's about systems in place.
Now I want to know, like when we had Benz on the show yesterday, he said there's some sort of cash that is supposedly owed by Beam Group to Fifth Season, and maybe the reason why you're reacting like this is because you guys might not have the money to pay up.
Let me tell you something.
Yes, it's true.
I can't talk on something that's in contract. You see, on in contract, there's certain things we can't speak about, and he's gone out of contract. I don't want to do that. You see, in contract, we can't go to the media and speak about certain things. But one thing I will tell you is that Beam Group is not in a place where they can't afford anything. You understand? We're running a business. I'm teaching Kenan how to maintain a business. You don't just go and withdraw 300,000 rand and pay. You understand? You look at what you can, you gauge your business, and you see what you can afford, and you make conditions, and you put systems in place for you to pay whatever it is you need to pay. So as Beam Group, it's not about we don't have money, or we owe anybody, or we can't pay anybody. No, you've seen what Kenan is doing, right? You follow him, right?
Yeah.
Why would he Kenan go and just splurge and enjoy his life like that, and travel over the world with his girlfriend, and take his daughter to a private school, and still maintain to look after his whole family, employ his mother, employ his brother, employ his close friends, if he wasn't doing so well, and be on payroll and pay the guys at the first of every month for the past 8 months? If he couldn't do that, then Beam Group has a problem. So I can't talk on what he's saying in terms of what's owed to Beam Group, but I will tell you how Beam Group is doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I guess this is a clear debate between Fifth Season and Beam Group, and it's a developing story, and we'll see where it goes.
It's not a debate. It's not a debate. It's not a debate. It's a
legal issue.
Legal issue
that's happening right now.
Last question for me: are you xenophobic?
No, how can I be xenophobic when I have 2 Zimbabwean brothers?
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean anything.
How? I have my mom went to exile. She's got 2 Zimbabwean brothers, Farai and Teach. I love them to death. How my brothers look at me, even though we don't share the same father, how they ever gonna look at me? That thing, what I'm saying to you, I'm saying to anybody else in the world. If you go to the States and you leave South Africa and you go to America, right? You've got to go do good because you're going for a better place. You're going to go look for a better life. It's taken out of context. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that. All I'm saying is when you come to a place, do right to the people that are there. Right. I was the only person who could realize that. Listen, this is not right. What you've done here to a South African star is not right. You know, because if you had done that, then you wouldn't be in the situation today. And all I did, guys, is I just opened Kenan's eyes That's all I did. And gave Keenan what's worth to him, which is his own power, his own money, which is things he never had.
Okay.
You understand? That's
because of time and everything else, and we also running out of time.
Perfect.
Thank you very much to Beam Group for honoring the invite and giving us their side of the story.
Yep.
That's our responsibility as a station, as a show,
Yeah.
Being, in the forefront and looking out for artists. It's always good to know what happened, who said what, and to make sure everyone has their side of the story. Now it's up to you to have your conversation on social media, but we thank Fifth Season, we thank Beam Group for coming through in studio. We'll keep you posted with all the developments we see and we find.